Alright. I got my drink. A glitch. Grind P5X right now. Free pulls lots. 10 days until Sumi banner ends. Well, Futaba's banner's out as well right now, right? Do I go for A1 Kasumi, or do I just go get Futaba? Futaba? Done. Once I get Futaba, once I get Futaba, I think that means I have all the P5 girls, I think. At least in, like, the original. Get full team? What's the team again? It's Joker, Sumire. That's all I know, actually. Who else is on the team? Let me open up this game. Well, it's Futaba as well. What's the other 2 slots? Morgana? Come on, OBS. I know you want it. There we go. I looked at my VODs. It's been pretty much like over a month since I last played Phoenix Wright. It's time to return and finish what I started. Oh, it's a new, I forgot, it's a new game. Here we go. Did I spell it right in the title? I had no idea what I was doing with the title. I can't even see. I'm gonna assume I did. If I did it wrong, I'll just fix it after. My shit's cut off at Trib. Let's do this. Huff, huff. R, how did I get into this mess? Oh. What's the longer, anime or game? Game. Why did I do that? That's Phoenix Wright and that girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. My girlfriend? Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk to her like that. Oh, and then I shot him. Oh, he just slapped him. It wasn't me. I didn't. I didn't do it. Or he looks young. He probably just slapped him. 5 years earlier, Mia Fey's second trial. 5 years earlier. Mia Fey trial. I'm assuming that's... Wait, I don't know, actually. Phew, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Miss Grossberg, good morning. Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Let go of my labels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see that poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. That's Phoenix Wright. Good morning there, everyone. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just wanted to say, I'll give it my all to- wait. I'll give it all I've got. Oh, he's probably gonna be on the witness stand. Yep, it'll be fine, no problem. And he's sick. What's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's Wright. Like, flying brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you truly are innocent, I promise I will save you. But please let go of my shirt. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. That trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. Oh, so she lost last time. For my client, and for myself. Oh, was she there last? Or the year prior, because her mom? Dude, I forgot all their names already. They all start with M's, which is actually pretty annoying. Mia Fey, Maya Fey. Misty Fey? No, not that one. Fuck, it was one of the Fays. For my client, for myself. Where they, like, picks the wrong guy or something. Or her mom picks the wrong guy. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And the prosecution's ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing him standing next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? What is it? This is not a murder case, is it? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow.
Oh, it was murder.
He was a fourth-year student studying
pharmacology? Is it just, like, medicine?
Student studying pharmacology.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime.
Looks like a power line got snapped.
Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. The crime took place behind the IVU building. Okay. By the by, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Yeah, I agree.
Hee. Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit.
Pause.
I am a genteel man, if you will.
What? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, a perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much.
I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here, the details of the case are filed under the court records. But you knew that already, didn't you?
Ah, the court record.
I think I can see that by... I'm just gonna click on court records. Date, time of death, April 9th. Whoa, that's next week! At 3 p.m., cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Damn! Wait. Wait, there might be drama with this. All the weapons... all the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me.
The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed tab here. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock, in other words, electrocution. Electrocution, How could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some sort of new, like, super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood? What do you mean?
Oopsies, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston paid for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They call him the rookie killer. Wait, they don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and shove it into old Greybeard's face.
Yes, sir.
Into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence using tab, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
Damn.
The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in the story.
He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what you did before you were arrested. Oh, achoo. I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of Miss
Doug Swallow, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you, I was, achoo. Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Oh. Well.
well...
I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Whew, it looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh?
Hee 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 hee. It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be...
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
Cross-examination? He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness' testimony contains any contradiction.
Carry for NTE? When is that?
Isn't that like 3 weeks?
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court records.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now, that there was a lie?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying.
You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
Ruh-roh. I admit I was there.
When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered?
Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway.
Something. You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Achoo! Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh?
But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body.
You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Achoo!
Unfortunately, it was some other student that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to his body in shock.
In shock, get it? What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Achoo! Yeah, he's lucky he's sneezing. Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body, but I hardly knew the guy to begin with. So you didn't know his face, or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean... So, which is it? Did you know him or not? Achoo! Now, see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me. Why didn't he tell me this before? I heard he used to date Dolly. Oh, this Dahlia. Who is this Dolly person?
Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love, so bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Ah, so you know he's British. Mr. Wright, you stated that, following your testimony, I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Achoo! Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. I don't know what that means. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Probably like a varsity jacket, I guess? Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person anyway, this Union Jack fellow? Oh, it's a person.
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really? Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Hey, something that just occurred to me. Is he wearing that jacket in the photo? And there's an umbrella. Broken umbrella. I mean, Hawthorne's more of a British... never mind. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there is a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg, quickly now, show that boy you mean evidence. Yeah, I can handle myself. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure to present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of this testimony. I admit I was there. I pressed all of this already. I mean, the problem is this, right? I mean, like... I don't see the jacket, right? Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was there on the back, on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. Oh, t-shirt. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body, but if that really was the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd had no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. But please forgive me, wah! Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was wrong all along. He. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. I don't really get where this is leading, though. So, if he was lying... Well, something doesn't add up. He thinks he's wearing a Union Jack. T-shirt, I guess. But he's not wearing a t-shirt. He's wearing a sweater or something. So the clothes are different. Which means... he's probably covering for his girlfriend? I don't know. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... What's the medicine that you took? An over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? He. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it. Does this have to do anything with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What's this? In the victim's hands is... It's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, especially since Mr. Phoenix Wright's prints or fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hands. His purpose in doing so only been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Okay. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. So how did he die? Like, I get to get zapped, but like, what? You're telling me Phoenix Wright was Palpatine? The P on his shirt stands for Palpatine and just zapped this guy to death?
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken.
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it.
Oh, okay. So basically, this is the time of death, which is like 3:05. Does it match up with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? This is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids.
What really happened?
The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then around at 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
Achoo, 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 achoo.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Mr. Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. The truth is, I went because he called me. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. This Dolly person is, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Ooh, what was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Wait, what? Also the lover of the murder victim. Okay, Doug Swallow, yeah.
Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at the, so we're going to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated that you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, right? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Ho ho, how fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for more details? Yeah, about the timing of the meeting. So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyways.
Witness, let's go on with your testimony.
Hold on. If I know anything, we repress and then pick the other option. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltage, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock we split up. So what was it that you were talking about? You know, achoo, achoo, achoo. That maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime. I wish that were true. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was... Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Achoo, achoo! Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in the spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always take one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident? What did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the 2 of us. Dolly's homemade luncheons are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Heh. Youch, why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry, I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death, and then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean?
He. I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is still one mystery that still remains. Yeah, like, how did he die?
There is, Your Honor.
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, You are correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. I was like, well, like, how the fuck did he die? So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. I mean, I could. I mean, it's an umbrella? But I have no definitive proof. I probably need... Well... I can probably ask Phoenix, right? Like, what the hell is this umbrella? Who owns it? He'll be like, oh yeah, it's Dolly. And then we put Dolly on stage, right? Like, I feel like that's theoretically how it should work. So I feel like I can establish a murder method. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive.
He. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic of rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that. Actually, I'd totally forgotten about that. I still got it. Now then, Miss Faye, let us see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. It was this photo, right? Yeah. Obviously in this photo. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain a bit more in detail. Miss Faye, where exactly is the photo, this thing, the cable? Well, naturally, it's right here. What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines that the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage, and because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable... Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is most likely the explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant!
Achoo! That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, the leather jacket holds fingerprints quite well.
Wait, you mean...
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
What? But that could happen, like, beforehand.
I can only imagine one thing Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable.
I think it's a stretch. For me, that's like a stretch. Order, that's enough. I think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us. We're done. Mr. Grosper, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. Your Honor, at this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright?
You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute. Mr. Wright? I'll tell you what really happened. Oh, revised, whatever.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further
I did it. Wait, what? I admit it, I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. Oh. Oh yeah, he's holding the umbrella. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your own sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl.
Stop it. Don't talk about her like that.
Damn. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you aren't. But please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Or she's like, well, fuck. Thank you. I still can't believe it. He really pushed the victim. It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. Dude, I haven't heard that reference in a long time. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. Dude, all he needs is a fedora. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that is, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But, when I pushed him, there wasn't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed. That's true, even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Faye? Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. He was talking bad about Dolly. So what kinds of things was Mr. Swallow... what was he saying to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad, bad girl. Is that all? Yep. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shove. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen. Right, there was nothing like that at all.
But it is possible that you merely overlooked it.
Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt. I believe what's more important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness. Yeah, I mean, if they met up at 2:45, and he was just talking shit about Dolly, he wasn't talking shit for 20 minutes. Like, that's like, if you're talking shit about someone like that, I like max like 3 minutes. So like, he was probably on the floor for a while, and someone cut the cable. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A loud noise? What would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap. You know? Come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. We ask for more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha, could have been... Yes, could have been. Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he drops the umbrella he was holding. So the umbrella snapped to the cable? He fell right on top of it and it broke. Oh, never mind. That was probably the noise I heard. Oh, an umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Yeah, probably doesn't help that he was also sick. Miss Faye. What do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Yeah. Of course it was important. The fuck? Were we listening to the same thing? This is Mia, the new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important, it's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his umbrella. Wait, I guess I should press that part, I guess. Around what time do you say this would be? So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella, and you are certain of this? Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing this sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. Holy shit. Oh, my stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia. Ah, I'm sorry. Continue on with your testimony, witness. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. After he shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did. I admitted I was furious.
You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition?
Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. So I went back, but he was just lying there dead. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? Achoo, achoo. Achoo, 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 achoo. No, nobody. Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier? In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been in the murder. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever. Yes, sir. Right now, I need to find more information. Information that will help me turn up some contradiction. So it would probably be this new part, where he fell down his umbrella. Like, the time doesn't add up for me, but they never mention time at all. And it's kind of weird that he's holding... Nah, his girlfriend set him up. I said it, his girlfriend set him up. Oh yeah, the umbrella's beside him now. Someone tampered with the crime scene. Am I allowed to show the photo again? Let me save. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that?
Or what do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. What are you snoring? Hey. Hold on, let me move my... Ugh. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No.
Now, what the hell is this? Hold on. Audio bitrate is 0? What kind of notification is this? What is YouTube spouting about? I'm getting a warning. It's like,
your audio stream bitrate is 0.
What the hell? It's perfectly fine. Okay. Order. The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where's it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the scene of the crime.
I want it present as evidence immediately. It's tampered.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
No. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it would have been blown there by the wind.
But...
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
No!
I must say I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness.
Exactly, and this witness' testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne. You don't mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Wait, what?
What?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Bad news. You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess.
What the hell?
Afterwards, we'll listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I could start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy? You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Oh no. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Should I be worried? Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set my eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave me this the day that we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this." Is this a tracking device? So she gave it to you as a present. I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Bro's about to go into the biggest depression stage ever after this courtroom. Or this court case. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Wait, what? What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. Well, did you give it back? By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it would happen to be on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. How did you know? This happened on August 27th right here in this in this courthouse.
What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, shit. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say, and I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Let me see, let me see, let me see. Murder in the courts. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, if police is questioning a 19-year-old girl, college student, who was sitting with the victim. A murder in the courthouse? Where Dahlia Hawthorne was in the courthouse cafeteria, was sitting next to some person that died. Oh, shit. I hope you don't mind, Miss Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is about to be over. We'd better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. To be continued? Oh, shit. That was a cool jingle. Grossberg isn't there anymore. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
So I thought she was nowhere to be found. What the hell? What's with all this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I may have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word, but in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
Thank you for calming my nerves. You are also nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation?
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor's all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Oh, shit.
Sir? Is there anything I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all with her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth.
But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
Teehee. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey.
Oh, shit. They got some history.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before. Once. Wait, how old is Mia here? Oh, she doesn't have a profile. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fey.
Damn! Madam. I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. I thought class was already over. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeney, I mean, Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry.
Oh ho ho, how wonderful. It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Sleep is
his best friend, okay. Nothing left to do when a man reaches this age. Okay, so when they're old, all they do is sleep. Or die, I guess. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis, yeah.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through the back area.
Ah, yes, I see, that makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation?
Feeney and Dougie, they were talking behind the building.
So who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
Oh shit, you know what else was 8 months ago? She killed someone. So, what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? Let's see if she was close enough.
How can you be so mean?
Oh, she was close enough.
I would never eavesdrop. Oh, never mind. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Fey.
Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Please go on. What did you see next?
Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed.
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dougie.
If I press her for no good reason, I know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do with her testimony just now? Well, I don't have any proof of it, right? Of like there's handprints. But I don't have that as evidence unless I show this photo for the 3rd time in a row. But I mean, it's kind of face down, so I don't think that'll work. Well, we'll leave it alone for now. We'll come back later. I suppose her statement works in our favor for now. I'll hold off on looking into any deeper until it's necessary. Yep, exactly. Very well, young lady, please go on with her testimony.
That's when Feeney noticed that I was there.
Although you weren't in his testimony, which was kind of weird. And what did Mr. Wright say to you when he saw you? Oops.
I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me.
You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. Please, anyone stop him before he gets hurt. By me.
I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do, but in the end,
I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on. Interesting. But how could the students have known what was going on? I mean, they probably heard a snap, right? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So, did the students call the police?
Yes, I was so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's obviously telling a super big fat lie, and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find this contradiction on this one. Oh, shit, I restarted. Okay. So... I would have to press and present probably Phoenix's testimony on this, right? I'd probably ask her, did you see the umbrella? That would probably be my guess. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never.
Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that, I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant palm print... Oh, okay. Okay, so I didn't need to present it. I was thinking that exactly, but I didn't have it as evidence. Okay. Guess what? It's from the photo. So I would have... If I had to present something, I would have to present this photo for the third time in the row. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you just came on and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything what you saw. Yes, Your Honor, I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. Okay. You didn't see it. Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there was only 2 of them at the scene, right?
The defendant Phoenix Wright, and the victim Doug Swallow. I'm used to saying Mr. Wright, not his full name. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. You didn't hear an umbrella snap. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them at all closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Okay, so we go back up. We'll present Phoenix's testimony, because there was a loud snap with the umbrella. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified that the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the 2 of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come... Wait, what? But it wasn't as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet, so the sky continued to flash and rumbled. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones to block it out.
Hee. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Isn't it raining? Wait a second, Mia, that testimony just now, she said something that would totally change the case. There was lightning. She was listening to music, she didn't hear anything at all. I'm trying to think. Because she was saying it's either lightning or she didn't hear anything at all. Right? And so if she didn't hear anything at all, then she didn't hear the conversation. Did she state what conversation they had? Not really. But if there was lightning, then it could have zapped. It could have zapped Doug Swallow, right? Technically? Like, Thor could have been the murderer. But, I mean... Look, I'm here not so much to prosecute Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm here to protect Phoenix Wright. So I guess it's more about the lightning, I would say. Like, if I was prosecuting Dahlia, then I would be like, well, what the fuck? You didn't hear anything, so, like, what the fuck were you doing there if you weren't even listening? But... if I'm trying to push the blame off of Phoenix Wright, then saying that there was lightning is a better line of reasoning to follow. Nah, that wouldn't make any sense because the umbrella would be fried as well, or like his entire body would be fried, right? Or is that just cartoons? Yeah, I'll go with lightning actually. For the sole being is, like, I'm here to protect Mr. Wright. I think if I was going after Dahlia, I'd go, like, well, she didn't fucking hear anything. What the fuck was she doing? But I'm here to protect Phoenix Wright, so I'll say lightning. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice she said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge. Okay, this doesn't seem like it's right. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh, I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believed that the Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt. That would make sense if the students were running out. Like, oh my god. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not...
Hee. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne. Well, what is this evidence? The Offadot. Who is this Offadot from? Wait, I literally looked this up. What does it mean again? It's a letter from somewhere. The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out the testimony of the pharmacology students.
All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All of the lab equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because... lightning. Oh, they lost power because of the severed electrical cable. At 3 p.m. though. The power outage occurred approximately 3 p.m., which fits with the time of death listed on the autopsy report. Exactly, in other words, the victim died as a result to touching the severed cable, or the severed electrical cable. But the watch doesn't match up. According to the students, the cables were very old, but they were planning on having them replaced in the near future. I see. Apparently the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Due to some impact at 2:55 p.m. I see. However, there's one thing that still troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped. So, yeah, so someone bumped it. Well, I suppose you could say that. Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor? Probably the umbrella, right? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to regain momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Probably the umbrella, right? That's my guess. It's either the umbrella or... Yeah, it has to be the umbrella. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor, I believe that the only thing that has snapped of the mind is the defense. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I don't have an HP bar. That's cool. So what was it caused the cable to break? Drugs? I don't really see anything. Like this bottle of drugs? Like, I'm just spitballing. I guess who, right? Dahlia. Who or what? Would it be him because he knows the thing was brittle? Maybe he was trying to kill Dahlia. Who or what? What am I supposed to print? Phoenix Wright? Wait. Think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, that happened around 3 p.m., right? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, what are you saying? The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right into Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. How? Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. That very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella?
It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into the pole. Oh! I was this entire time I was thinking the body was where it's supposed to be. Not like this was actually where it happened. And then the umbrella was moved, but no, where the umbrella was where it happened. And the body was moved. Oh, I didn't really think about that. Okay. That makes sense. All right. I didn't really think about the pole as well, but like I think they should have done a bit more better about the pole, but I also should have thought the umbrella's the starting spot. Because this entire time I was thinking, well, probably use the umbrella to reach the line to like pull it or something. Okay. Okay. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense, and then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, this pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. And he was only wearing a t-shirt. And then someone came in, gave him a leather jacket, then shoved him, because it's a great conductor of electricity. It went... Order in the court. The lamentations of my enemy. How long to hear them. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have done it. Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation, she said some things that are a little different than what I remembered. What? What? Please, just once more, may I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge? Of course, it's alright. Just go on ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. She's gonna be a nasty... She's gonna be gross. She's gonna be a witch. Watch. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind, the cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. Wait, so now she's... framing Phoenix? So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Mr. Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. What a nasty rat! Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know, I'm sorry. I just wanted to protect Feeney. So that's why you basically lied to the court. I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What? That's perjury. Oh, come on now. That was a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Ha 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 ha. The judge had better be more careful with himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. True. Pressed always claimed that Feeney pushed him twice. Yep. Big achievement. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into electrical pole. I know he doesn't look like it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break.
Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him.
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold.
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be very supportive of them.
And so what happened after that?
But Feeny caught up and crashed into him from behind. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no there weren't.
Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. So, in 2:55, correct? Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be... Yeah, it's the watch, because the watch stopped working when... he got zapped, right? So... the times don't add up here. It doesn't add up. He died at 3:05, but all this happened at 2:55. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this photo? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55. Ah!
Would you care to explain the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court. What is all this
This is nonsense. The real murderer...
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who is it? Who else could have... Who could have done it?
She's right there. There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Miss Faye, is the defense ready to inflict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? This bitch. It could only have been you. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Well, how can you... The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order. Miss Faye, I mean, why? That is to say, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by her very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything. Miss Faye, this is very serious. Charge, are you... Your Honor. Please, I have something I want to say. Achoo! What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the rec- Wait, what? What the- Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back to your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Leave my Dolly alone. That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clippings. Police report added. Alright. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You'd better take a good look at it. I'm looking at it right now, don't you worry. Let's see. Incident overview. This is during the murder in the cafeteria. Let's see. Diego Armando. Occupation lawyer. Makes sense. Suspect Dahlia Hawthorne. Makes sense. Age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered. Oh. 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 Wait. So she found Phoenix Wright here. Hold my poison bottle necklace real quick. And then the day after the court case, she's like, okay, now give it back. It's my poison. And then... Wait. Is she really... What is her profession again? Is she really, like, about the arts and literature, or is she also part of the pharmaceuticals? Very suspicious. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Mia's boyfriend? Diego Armando. Damn. Now, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, May I
interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. Go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only I'm saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. Oh, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. Why? Doug Swallow, Diego Armando, Phoenix Wright. Well, when was this? This is like months ago? 3 day, 10 years, I mean, it's probably gonna be reopened, right? Yeah, I'm not sure either. The answer to this lies somewhere in the police report. It must. I'm not seeing it. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building, and then the same day, the two of them accidentally met. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could possibly have to do with that case?
Yeah, I need to kind of link those two together. The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? True. Okay, I see the link. Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. It's not her first time. Very well, then, the court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a little bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life! How I Met My Fiend. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. The green text was him talking. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. How I Met My Fiend.
Fiend.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgin'. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? I mean, literature... There is a link between that, to be fair.
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, I have to remember that Judge is on Dolly's side. Wait and see. We'll come back later. I don't have anything on me right now. And if the judge gets any angrier, you'll lose the whole case. I'll just have to hold my tongue for the time being. Now then, young lady, please go on with the testimony. Tell us about the time you first met Phoenix Wright. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. Why would I press this? So what was it about Mr. Wright that made your that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeny is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen.
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked.
I know exactly what his wife looks like. What the fuck? Can I get an actual photo? I'm getting a bunch of... Okay. I'm getting a bunch of memes. Okay, here we go. Gorlock the Destroyer. Oops. He's telling the truth. It was truly shocking. Beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness. It comes from cow dung. What? That's the poem that best describes how I feel about Feeny. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, none at all. We parted on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows... Oh, wait. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh. Are you sure? Yes, it seems that they were both wanted in that way. So the victim wanted to break up with her. That is true. Let's press further, though. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see...
What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the by, I have never once considered leaving my wife.
No one cares, Mr. Payne. She didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. We're just gonna have to press her further here. Desk slam. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish her relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases you, Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courtroom to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper on what? On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld. Oh ho ho, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. Am I getting old? Now I've forgotten what I've forgotten. Whoa, this is some Kingdom Hearts shit, holy fuck. You've probably simply forgotten that you have forgotten. I forgot the line was. It was in, Chain of Memories. It's what Axel says. Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again, with the midlife crisis stuff. Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. Well, like, what do you want me to reread? It was a whole lot of nothing. Like, she was just a suspect. Well, I mean, I guess it... we'll present it. Objection! You were not here for a read. You were a suspect. You poisoned someone. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much, much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report, and that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eyes, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order, order, order. This is unbelievable. It's true then, the loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorn.
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness in an unrelated case. Winston Payne will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Do I need to send someone to jail? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied 2 crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really lit a fire in my heart and my... Bro, take the butt plug off your butt. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. The poisoning. Oh, the juice. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, that's when it happened. From what I've heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Whoa, she's very specific about it too. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, as you've heard from the witness testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks in its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them before the end of this cross-examination. Ah! What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? I leveled up real quick. Ah, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura. Oh, she's aura farming. That proud posture, that proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss... Okay. Yeah, it's Diego Armando. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential. Okay. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer that was killed... Damn, she's in a lot of cases. The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us about what that incident was? Dude, okay, we can't tie 4 cases together.
That has absolutely nothing to do with this case at all.
Objection sustained. The defense question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? That's what I'm saying.
Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Yeah, it's the Capricorn. Don't worry, Dolly, I'll protect you. You heard that, man? Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please.
Those two are really making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons.
I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened.
He just started, like, gargling, I guess. How long were you gone?
I've already answered all these questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes?
And... Oh, 10 minutes? Damn. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? She was in the reading room. What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect... Wait, girls poop? You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time.
Oh, Feeny, please.
The police already looked into this whole matter.
This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of
The court's time. Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue the testimony.
From what I've heard, it was liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons.
About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? 2 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons. Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops says a half fluid ounce, which is equal to... Wait, where's my eye drops? I have my bottle of eye drops right here somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Shit. So it's 2/3 of this? Wait, mine seems pretty big. Mine's half a fluid. Oh, wait, that's... Oh, mine's also half fluid. So it's 2/3 of this? Damn. Damn, that's crazy. So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. Oh, wait, let me go back.
A special kind of poison, how so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical process to purify.
Damn. Chemical processes. Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that?
From that lab in the university.
So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison.
Yeah, you fucking do. Fourth year, pharmacology, genius.
Yeah, you do.
And that's the reason they didn't arrest you. Because no one could show that you've gotten the poison. I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye.
She's right. And I think we've all had enough questions of Miss Faye's questions.
So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could have showed how she could have obtained the poison. Then we all have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great, now just how did... Wait, just how did a lit... Wait, what?
Great. Now, just how did a lit...
That makes no sense. I don't understand, like, sentence. Oh, literature student. Okay. It's abbreviation. How did a literature student get a hold of a poison of all things? Her boyfriend. Duh. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's place. But boyfriend, you mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Ooh. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you did have access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You.
No!
Order. Could it be?
That's nothing but baseless.
May I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me good with that one. Provide some evidence, or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container of the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
This is just too easy.
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? Oh my god, hold on. No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
No way!
Order in the court. On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyways? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only reason she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insist on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. I'm sorry. You got set up. No, that's a lie. What? Oh my god. Oh, he's running away. Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon. Thank goodness. Oh no. What is it? The bottle necklace, Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. Oh wait, I said it wrong. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in the blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this is the sort of behavior unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. I ate it. There's fucking poison in there, you dumbass! You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it a little bits at first, but yeah. What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
Hee.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. Just wait like 20 minutes. How can you be so sure?
Hee. Well, I think that's obvious.
Oh my, let me deal with my dogs. Oh my god. My dogs, they just love barking. They're always complaining, oh, I want to be in the room. Oh, I'm just gonna snore. Oh, I need to be back in the room.
Please take me back. Oh, now I'm back and I'm just gonna snore really loud. My god. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive.
As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overreactive imagination.
So it would seem... No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have any poison in it left. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could have expired.
There, it's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most notable a defense attorney does. It's heartwarming to see that you've placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's not how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion around Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright. I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. Oh my... What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow... That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Oh my god, we're just omitting important things in testimonies like this. Oh my god, this is like the 5th revision. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing after I pushed him that day. I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, the defendant is...
Miss Faye, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it, she's innocent. Well then who the fuck did it then? So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too. If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before. Naturally, her motive for stealing it is to kill someone. But to kill who? Miss Faye, if you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Yeah, this is your last chance to think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back there for. Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
Probably Phoenix, right? Phoenix Wright, right? She really wanted the necklace. Has to be, right? I don't think she really cares about Doug Swallow. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was...
Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me?
That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that that's how things was worked out, but let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how could that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him, just like the Cold Killer X drugs. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. Didn't you just steal it? It was to retrieve the piece of evidence. That can't be true. Feeny, what a joke you are. Damn. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne, it appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that, but first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with a dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happening? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me? This way, Mr. Judge. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine, then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price. You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. What? You'd better think over it carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray. Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer... Well, it'd be the Cold Killer X, right? Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Alright, I'll try. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible, you can't possibly...
Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you're unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down onto Mr. Phoenix Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspapers. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. The Cold Killer X. Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison.
Wait a second. So the reason this guy was holding on to the Cold Killer X, he probably ran tests on it. He's like, hey, Phoenix Wright, you dumbass, There's poison in this shit. Don't eat this shit. Oh, fuck.
Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that this will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X, Phoenix is Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Hee hee. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took this bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that had happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yeah, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim was arguing about, and cut the electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim, and on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Or that. That also works. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now.
Mia Fey.
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Yes. I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Damn. Oof, it's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word that rookie lawyer has said.
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said...
There, it's alright, Rookie. For example, I would trust the witness Miss Hawthorne with my very life.
So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't be possibly any poison here, right?
You see,
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, Rookie Killer, show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Was it hair loss medicine? Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll file payables for immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I always knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Is it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearings on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne.
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true, my dear Dolly. Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Let's go. Easy. Too easy. This court is adjourned. Nice. That's actually a pretty good tutorial. Tutorial case. Mia, you're wonderful in there. Thank you for everything. Oh, thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them? That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. I was thinking... Go on. That... The Dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the Dolly I know could never have said those terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something? You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But, out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of friends do you have? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am, but there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new to this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. And that they did. For only like one court case. Well, I mean, I guess she did reappear in spirit, I guess. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some precious ones too. And memories that I thought would never rise to surface again. Mia is gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your clients. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her wisdom, or her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty good. That was a good tutorial.
Good tutorial case. Brand new episode has been added. Nice. Alright, well, I think that's it for me for today. I gotta get myself into the groove of things.
A lot of talking. And then also, it's a good way to segment my stuff. Yeah, I also gotta play some more Crimson Desert. Yeah. Alright, let me see if I can do a little bit tomorrow. Usually I take Fridays off, but let me see. Yeah, I could probably do Friday. Why not? Alright. I'm off. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.